Kenyan identity today is not defined only by where we come from, but how we live, speak, dress, and interact every single day.
As the African proverb says, a river that forgets its source will eventually dry up. Kenya's history, culture, and landscape are the roots that give our identity meaning and continuing.
Being a new generation, we have our own stuff. We're not hung up on the past. We have to change for the better. And for the better, I'm not saying that music is better, current music is better than old music. I'm just saying how we relate with current music and how we relate with past music. If you compare the two, it's quite obvious.
Popular culture depends on historical and cultural foundations. Modern popular culture often draws from traditional cultural meaning and historical context. Popular culture trends may change form, but their meaning and symbolism often originates in tradition and history.
To me, sustainability means for a system to start and begin and to be able to be further and to maintain its purpose for a long period of time.
Preserving resources for the future use from us who are the present generation.
To me, it means to keep something for a long time.
To be able to keep something running for as long as it can without draining the resources that are around it and supporting it.
Start by dividing the words into two. We have the sustain and the ability. To sustain, it means that using something for a very long period, but the ability, it is how you will use it for that long period. So in short, if we join the word sustainability, it is good use of something for a long period of time.
To use resources effectively so as the future generations can be able to benefit from them.
I'd say it's the ability for someone to be able to preserve something for a long-term solution. If I'm able to preserve this thing, that means I'll be able to sustain it.
It's using something in a way that won't deplete it so that the future generations may use it. Go green, go debate.
It depends on the job you're doing. If you're doing general jobs like architecture, investment banking, diplomacy, it's not bad in a way, since you can have a way to research on your project, to do just general research, and yeah. But when you come to topics such as software engineering, AI can't be bad, since you won't have, when you're creating a code, you might use AI for it, and if you do, it might disalign you from the actual thing you want. Yeah.
And I think AI is, yes, it's a threat to jobs, because these days you have heard of waiters doing the jobs of human beings, and people are getting less opportunities for jobs, which is a high threat that could cause people getting no jobs, no money, and even sometimes could cause death. And maybe this soon, but too soon, might this earth be filled by robots. They could replace our human living society. And I find that as a threat to human beings. Yes, thank you.
I'm here to support that AI is a threat to people's jobs. Yes, AI is a threat. Like you see, teachers have started being replaced by robots. Waiters have started being replaced by robots also. If everyone is replaced by a robot, doesn't that mean that they're going to take over society? They're going to lead us, and we're the ones who created them. It's not going to be a good thing. People are losing jobs out there, like the waiters who I've talked about. They're already being replaced, more than thousands, in Asian countries, in the first world developing countries. So it's dangerous for us. That's why we should stop promoting AI too much. Yeah.
Topic of whether social media does more harm than good to young people is a widely talked about topic. Social media comes with its pros and its cons. Some of the pros could be helps in research or builds connections, but the negatives could lead to when you see someone better in life than you, it leads to self-degradation, feeling like you're not worth it. So although social media does have its goods, it also has its bads. and it's up to you to decide whether you want to see it as a positive or as a negative. Thank you.
And no, I do not think social media is doing more harm to younger people, because social media is a safe, mostly educative platform for children and many more. So yeah, that's it.
This is not true, because social media can be the same place. Social media is where you can entertain yourself and all that, but social media is the same place where you can get educational information and awareness of current events. So that is why I think social media does not cause more harm than good.
Pop culture has a strong daily influence on young Kenyans because of how Kenyans interact with themselves and how they behave is strongly influenced by social media.
Through the Harambee spirit, we maintain the philosophy of pulling together, whereby when we are participating in different cultural ceremonies, we be together and interact with each other.
Identity is not only inherited from the past, but also shaped by the culture people interact with every day.
History is the foundation of Kenyan identity because of our struggle for independence.
Let me paint you a picture. Imagine billions of dollars flowing every day from financial institutions, not into education, healthcare, or even renewable energy, but to coal plants, oil rigs, and gas pipelines. These aren't just transactions, these are decisions shaping the planet's future.
A major flaw in their case is that they don't seem to understand the term financial sector. The whole reason why there is a financial sector is that the youth can unlock economic opportunities and reduce financial exclusion.
Agriculture is the highest employer of our youth in Africa today. According to the African Development Bank, it shows that investing in climate-smart agriculture would boost produce by 128%, raising 40 million people out of poverty, dealing with SDG number 1, zero poverty.
62% of Kenyans live below the poverty line. How are they going to reach this green energy?
History may have planted the seed, but pop culture is the rain that shapes the harvest we see today.
Where roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind.
If identity is lived rather than remembered, then pop culture, not history or landscapes, is the best force shaping Kenyan identity today.
At last, the cage of misconception has been opened. Kenyans have over 40 ethnic communities, each with its own language.
Identity is not what we inherit, it is what we live every day. And today, Kenyans live through pop culture.
He who does not know his past cannot make sense of his present. Famous word by Confucius.
They say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's true, then Africa is the ultimate spice rack. Now, imagine if we took all spices and combined them into one perfect dish. Africa's unity could be the recipe to success.
The topic of creating a United States of Africa evokes a variety of opinions and raises significant questions on unity, governance, cultural identity within the African continent.
Unity, togetherness, and diversity is promoted to the entire continent. Africa is well known for its broad diversities. If we unite and be inclusive of all these diversities, we will promote peace to the entire continent.
Given the size and diversity of the continent, it would be difficult to form a cohesive government where everyone gets what they want or what they need, where every country is satisfied. We don't want that. We already have enough problems as there is.
Our forced unification under one umbrella may threaten the cultural diversity and identities of these nations.
The topic before us today is not just timely, but it is also vital in that, in the end, we get to decide, and whatever it is that we decide will be echoed outside the room that we are in.
In this economy where fuel costs more than lunch at Java, you're telling banks to hand out free loans with no interest. Ooh, that's not policy. That's a financial suicide not written in Gen Z slang.
Safaricom M-Pesa loans. I'm sure in the room, all of us have access to Safaricom apps. They give interest-free loans. Have you ever heard of Safaricom dying or something like going bankrupt?
Although interest may remove one barrier, it does not solve structural inequalities.
Many great companies started in a garage with just nothing but an idea.
If AI replaces teachers, the number of job losses will increase by 64%. And we all know as Kenyans that we've had these problems because of you can't find a job.
Artificial intelligence tools are always available anytime when learners can use them any time of the day. Teachers not only inspire, encourage, and they mentor students. I, as a student, may see that teacher is a role model to me. I love the way he teaches. I love him because he explains it to me so how I can understand, let's say, this subject and this subject. Robots and AI, artificial intelligence, should teach the same way all the time. They don't get distracted. So, learners are able to get the same level of teaching.
When elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. This proverb warns us that big ideas have dangerous consequences.
The DRC's mineral deposits alone are estimated to be worth $24 trillion. Can you imagine that? That's only DRC, one country of so many.
Why stay divided when we could be stronger and more successful together as the United States of Africa?
State has a governor that is in charge. Therefore, they are a combination of many states, yet they still manage to work together. We would be able to take each and every strength of each country and combine it to form one.
I am not an African because I was born in Africa, but I am an African because Africa was born in me.
It isn't good for hard-worked money to be diminished because of other people's wants.
These Europeans come to our country, they come to Africa. They take our resources, go manufacture them in these European countries of theirs and sell them back to us.
Let's say these corrupt leaders get in power. What will they do to us? Let's think about that.
United, we stand. Divided, we fall.
Do you know how much debt Kenya owes to China? 1.85 trillion Kenyan shillings. Yes, 1.85 trillion Kenyan shillings. How long do you think it would take us to pay back China? Yet, when we are united, remember, he who borrows sells his freedom.
A united Africa would create a single massive economic bloc, making trade easier and more efficient across the continent.
True progress is in cooperation and not forced integration.
Africans share common historical and cultural bonds. Unity will strengthen these ties and make families bond. Open borders will allow people to travel freely, fostering collaboration and mutual development.
Corruption is a cancer that eats away at a citizen's faith in democracy, diminishes the instinct for innovation and creativity.
Make every effort to keep the unity of the spirit through the bond of strength.
Yes, there could be a period of peace in the country, but people will always try to find discord and bring riots within the country, which could lead to deaths.
Engaging with citizens on their perspectives on potential benefits is really crucial for gaining widespread support. If we do not consider the consent and perspectives of our fellow citizens, where do you think we are heading to?
25% of Africa is a desert.
African states and heads of states will not be at comfort or willing to risk their international identities worldwide or pride of their achievements, hence promoting arrogance in heads of states and disagreements.
African countries should join to form a state in order to accomplish more, because as an individual leads to comparing of other countries, which leads to war. But once we unite, we can make Africa a much better country.
We are the children of the same continent. We have the same destiny. Our goal is to unite and defeat our common enemies.
I do believe that the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, but the illusion of knowledge.
Corruption can be seen as a termite eating at Africa's potential. Africans need to work on eliminating the disease-causing crop from the root in order for the whole field to prosper, if you get what I mean.
Africa is incredibly diverse with rich culture, languages, and traditions. A united Africa could promote cultural exchange, fostering a sense of shared identity while respecting diversity.
Trying to merge all African countries is like mixing all the spices in your kitchen and expecting to have a good meal.
Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present.
African trade would go up by 52.3% by 2025, according to the UN. It has potential to lift 30 million Africans out of extreme poverty, according to Yale University's research.
If it takes 7 years to adapt to CBC and yet we are still moving, do you think we can take on all these others? I think not.
Current president of the US, Donald J. Trump, he's just made a cut to Africa's finances of safety and defense. You know why? This is to make Africa more self-independent. He can see the vision. Why can't we Africans see the vision?
Set in the year 2009, it failed in 2018 because of what? Two main things that we face every day in Kenya: corruption and mismanagement of funds. Corruption. However, they fail to understand that our model itself works because it's transparent.
A report by the KRA has proved that over 60% of people avoid paying taxes.
Annual insurance industry report shows that only a total of 17.1% of Kenyans actually covered by any insurance.